My name's Althea Turner and I've been teaching for 19 years and I'm an ESOL teacher. I mostly teach ESOL students. I have taught English language arts as well, grades 6 to 7. In terms of my teaching journey, I'd say I'm just trying to see where I'd like to go. Now that I've got all my relevant certifications, I'm trying to see where I go from here. I'm actually originally from London, England, but I live in Atlanta, Georgia. I taught for 5 years in Tampa, Florida, and that's when I started out my teaching career. I was not teaching in London at all. I was a corporate trainer. So teaching never, ever, ever, ever entered my mind. It was just not something I wanted to do. But coming into the States, one of the reasons why I went into teaching, there was a need for teachers. And they said, we will give priority to those that, number one, want to be teachers or nurses or doctors or work in IT. And I thought, I'm an education major, so let me go that route. So I did 5 years in Tampa and the rest of my time has been in Atlanta as a teacher. Team building skills, it's important really to have good communication skills. As a corporate trainer, that's one of the things they do emphasize. Be able to communicate with people from different backgrounds, because I've dealt with a wide variety of kids from all parts of the world, so that communication skill is really important. And the ability just to help them to feel at ease and relax in your company. I always have been the sort of person that has gone for anything that I've desired to do. I put no hindrances on my actions. I am literally a bulldog. And I'd suggest to be the same. Stop hindering yourself. Stop looking at all the negative barriers that come up in your mind and simply go for it. It doesn't matter at what stage of your life there is. There's so many different age groups in teaching. And I just say that there's opportunities every day for teachers. Take those first steps, look into what you need to do, and simply be a bulldog, go for it. Oh, there are so many, but the one that comes to mind is when I started out teaching a group of kids. There's probably about 3 or 4 that could not speak any English whatsoever. They were Spanish speaking, and apparently their skills in Spanish also was not good either. And my first thought was, how am I going to teach kids who speak another language? I do not speak Spanish. How am I going to teach them? So I actually thought the best thing to do would be just to be very animated. And I'm a very animated person anyway. They were sort of kindergartners through to first grade. I did a lot of my talk to them through actions. My name is Miss Turner. What's your name? And I would do things like that and they would pick it up. And I walk through the hallway. I am jumping. I am walking. I am running. And so, believe it or not, that sounds strange, but they picked up the language within about 4 months. One of them actually was tested for gifted because she was advancing so well. That to me was an amazing story. I've worked from kindergarten through to high school. My favorite is my high schoolers. I love my high schoolers. I love doing very interactive projects with them. I love the fact that I can be like the corporate trainer and have some of those skills in the classroom, doing group work, having question and answer sessions, working from apps. I absolutely love it. And I'm even more animated with them as well. It never ever occurred to me to teach ESOL. It just wasn't in my mind. I wasn't thinking about it. I came from London, as I said, as a corporate trainer. And so coming into the teaching profession, which started off in Tampa, Florida, I was thrust into the 6th, 7th grade ELA. I knew nothing about ESOL, and then suddenly I saw these groups of students that were struggling in language, and I thought, oh goodness, I need to see how I can support them more. Just looking at that and just realizing how much help I could give them, obviously coming from another country and using some of those skills that I've learned, I thought this is a great thing that I can do to help them. And then somebody said, did you know that there are ESOL positions? I said, what are those? You know, and then that started my journey back there in Florida. I heard about Moreland through Atlanta Public Schools. I was working with Atlanta Public Schools, fantastic Atlanta Public Schools. And I, at the time, said, okay, it's time, Althea, to get your certification. So I said to them, which one should I do? There's a whole variety here. I don't know how to choose. I said, I know, but I do not want to spend a long time doing this. I have a short attention span, like most teachers, and I need to get this over quickly. And they said the best one and the shortest one is Moreland. And so that's how I was first introduced to them. And I applied, and that to me was the best choice. I think I'm really proud of my achievements because it was quite a challenging course in a good way. And I say challenging because I needed that challenge. I got comfortable in my career. And so Moreland really challenged me in my thinking. I had some ingrained ways of thinking when it came to teaching. And I felt like I need to just review my skills and see how I can be a better teacher in the classroom. And so Moreland provided me with those skills in curriculum development, teaching in the classroom, general organisation, lesson planning, and all the things that are really important to us as teachers. And so I became more structured and more purposeful in that. And so it helped me to be a better teacher because once I got in the classroom, I thought, goodness, I actually am a lot more organised and structured than I was before. And so I could see a difference in that, in my development after I finished the course. In fact, during the course and certainly afterwards. The important thing was, and I had some great instructors on Moreland who actually said, do not leave things till the last minute. That's easy to do. Procrastination is just one of the things that we all do. And so in order not to stress myself out, I did a portion of my assignments each day. My actual class was on a Monday, and rather than say, well, let me leave it till Sunday night or Saturday night, I'd do a small amount each day. I'd look at my assignment, what is required, gather the material, spend maybe 30 minutes, an hour or less, but just gathering information until I got it done, a lot of it by Wednesday or Thursday. And so as a teacher, obviously my days are normally packed, I work from 7:15 right through till about 4 o'clock. But when I came home, I make sure that I would do something towards my assignments. And that took all the stress off me. I actually loved it because it kind of fitted in with my schedule. I wouldn't have done it if it was face-to-face. So online suited me. I navigated through it well because I had a lot of support. And so for those of you who might be struggling with tech or whatever, everything was laid out so simply on the dashboard. It was really easy to get into, to navigate through the assignments. It was easy to communicate online. So we had our forums, we had great discussion forums. And then the assignments that they assigned throughout that particular session each Monday was just easy to get through. It was just easy to communicate. So for me, that was the best. I actually find that I do a lot of research on this, and as teachers we team together and we look at various apps. For example, it might be a question and answer app. It might be based on a subject. So if we are looking at a particular subject to do with ELA, we can put it on a tool and formulate our own questions or generate questions. Now we've got the wonderful also ChatGPT, which helps us with a lot of those. And we've got Magic, there's so many of them. We'll get together, look at all the apps that are available. Some of them might be for quick assessments, and that's good. We want to do a quiz at the end of the week. I want to see how much you've learned. So we would look at some of the apps that can do that for us practically and quickly. Challenging. It challenged me to grow. It challenged me to get out of my comfort zone. And some people say things like, well, I want to be comfortable. Well, my answer to that is there's absolutely no growth in comfort. So if you're comfortable, you're not growing. And so that challenge is said from a positive angle. It helped me to grow and challenged me to be a better teacher. I would say make the decision to go with Moreland because it's just a great program for those of us who wanted to be teachers, don't want to do it over a long period of years. It's a 9-month program. It goes quickly. It's compact. It has everything you need. It helps you to be a better teacher in terms of designing of curriculum, lesson planning, being a better teacher in the classroom, being more structured, organized, being intentional with your students, and will give you the necessary skills, the foundational skills, and more to help your students. So I'd say go with that for that reason. And also, it is affordable compared to a lot of other programs. I thought, okay, those other programs were a little bit expensive, but this is affordable. It's short. By the time you look around, it's gone, literally, like, goodness, 9 months, I'm done. It also fitted into my schedule, which is really important. I think my next steps is to still continue with ESOL and maybe to go in some aspects of leadership. I think that now, having taken the course at Moreland and now having my professional license as a result of being at Moreland, it has opened up many doors to me. And that's why it's important. I say to people that it's easy to say, well, I can teach without my certification. Well, a lot of the doors will be closed because for me personally, although I was able to teach without my certifications initially, a lot of the doors are closed. And so my thing is that it opens up a lot of opportunities. I can look more into going into some aspect of leadership, maybe coaching or something, business operations, and that's because I have the license. And it's made me feel a lot more comfortable in pursuing those things, whereas before I wouldn't have thought about it. I thought, I'm not qualified, I can't do this, I need to teach now. So those teachers who are not certified, if you get into a Teach Now program, you find that a lot of the schools will accept you because you are in a program. So no, you haven't got all the certifications, but you've enrolled in the Teach Now. They are more likely, 99.9% of the times, to say yes. We will accept you, you're enrolled in the program, perfect. So I say get enrolled and cover yourself so that at least you've got a position available to you. ESOL, English, reading, and also working halfway through my TAG program. So the ESOL allows me to teach any subject at all. Math, science, biology, whatever it is, I can teach anything because I have the ESOL P through 30. So that covers me for all subjects. And I have English 6 through 12, I have a reading endorsement, and then obviously the TAG. And I'm thinking of doing some other things, but we'll see how that goes. I'm not with Atlanta Public Schools. I've just started with the International Community Schools, which is based in the city of Educator. So I will be starting with them this month. I just want to encourage foreign students as well who are trying to look for the right course. People from the UK like me and from other countries who are looking. I'd say, because I know that a lot of you are not going to want to do long-winded, drawn-out courses, do get into the Teach Now. And I'm not saying that just to sell it. I'm saying this simply just to say it really is worth it. And then also at the end of that, if you want to do your Masters, you can do your Masters in 4 months. After that, instead of doing a 15-month or 2-year master's degree, Teach Now allows you after your 9 months to add the other 4 months on to do your master's, and that's something that I'm thinking